Hello and welcome to what is a Hindsight is Horrifying special. Now, you may have noticed that I am wearing pink, which, according to Top Gear, is the color of warriors. And I've picked this tonight because this special episode will be a live recording of an audio commentary to the 2007 Vietnamese action movie, The Rebel.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And it's a great film. Dustin and Johnny Nguyen. I believe it's got women. It's got martial arts. It's got spies. It's got everything. Darth, what's so funny?
What are you laughing at?
We're not watching The Rebel.
What do you mean we're not watching The Rebel? I wore pink.
Yeah, because you know what day it is, Jason? It's Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
What does that mean? Do you
I
know?
had not a clue.
What does that mean?
We're watching Mean Girls.
Whoa, wait a minute. Isn't that the one where Lindsay Lohan plays a sexy space alien?
I think so.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So it's just a normal episode?
Yep.
That. I'm out of here.
But Jason, I do have a surprise for you.
I'm back.
What?
Guys? Hello?
Yeah.
Wait.
Guys?
Was that Michele?
Yep.
Michele from Halloweentown?
Oh, yeah.
She hates me.
She really, really does.
I wasn't even going to drink in this episode. Just start the show.
All right, I'm out of here.
I'll come back.
Welcome to this edition of Hindsight is Horrifying, the show where two mostly normal and somewhat cynical adults discuss life as members of the TV generation. Now, here are your hosts, Darth Jader and Jason Mitchell.
More cynical by the day.
Oh, get over it.
I wanted to watch a Vietnamese action movie.
No, not happening. I tricked you. Wah, wah.
Start the show.
Okay. Hindsighters, welcome back, and we hope you enjoyed that special little segment where I tricked both of the boys into thinking they were going to get another guy movie for this season. Not happening. Thanks for joining me on that one, Michele.
And Adam's gone.
Yeah, he left at a bit of rage.
He literally left.
I've never seen him that angry. He actually punched a hole in the wall, you guys. It was a little scary, but we're over it now.
He went full on Don Johnson.
Hey, that's his idol. He had to live up to that at some point.
Does anybody remember a time when Lindsay Lohan wasn't a skank?
No.
I do.
Yeah, I actually do. So that to be said, Michele.
Oh, we're going full in on this.
Yeah, we are. We're already like way deep. So Michele, thank you for joining us in the studio again and helping me trick the boys. That was fun.
You're welcome.
And why don't you tell us what movie you picked this week and why?
I picked Mean Girls
Woo!
just to torture Jason.
You know, you could have picked a movie that was more torturous because as much
Halloween
as
2. Halloweentown 2?
Halloweentown 2. No, Halloween 2.
Halloween 2 was gay.
Actually, Halloween 2.
Well, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Side note.
You did pick a movie that, let's just say, is very big in Japan.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I can't imagine why, and that was the redeeming quality of the movie.
Oh, okay.
At any moment, you could just mute it, and
Okay.
That's like they did a joke like that on that 70s show back when Hyde started dating Jackie. Does anybody recall this? Where Eric was like, dude, how can you date her? She is so annoying. And Hyde goes, just do what I do. And he puts her on mute in his head whenever she starts talking. And Eric goes, oh my God, she is hot. So
wow, that would make a cochlear implant like a night because you could just turn it off.
then it was all drill, baby, drill. But yeah, I even said that to Josh when I was at home. I was like, you know, babe, I bet Jason didn't have too hard of a time watching this movie.
Or did he?
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing? Strike Zone next week?
Yes, well, I'll give you another boys movie next
Well,
week.
no, but in all honesty, this is Shakespeare compared to Strikes Down. I mean,
Poor
this
Mr.
is
Brown.
you know, but it doesn't star 12-year-old Adam Brown. So you know, it doesn't have that going for it.
I don't confirm or deny integers when it comes to that, man.
Look, this is a movie if you are a fan of Kimmy Schmidt or
Oh yeah,
you know,
of Tina Fey in general.
you gotta watch it.
Or Lorne Michaels, because
Yeah,
he's behind some good stuff.
he is. He's behind the kids in the hall.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and some show that used to be really big on NBC on Saturdays.
I kind of recall it.
That like they won't cancel it.
Like, at night.
Yeah, it comes on at night. They won't
did it
cancel it
live?
just because.
Well, Piece of Toast is contracted
Wah,
for
wah.
like 40 more years. Oh, Piece of Toast. But Michelle, we
Piece of
interrupted you.
Toast
So
hates
besides
What?
torturing Jason, why did you select this classic film from
I mean, because I still
2004.
to this day quote this movie on a regular
Oh
basis.
God, yes.
Like it's in my weekly, like almost at least once a day.
Absolutely.
At least once a week. At least.
I'm with you.
This movie is
You
very
scream, stay in your assigned seat in German at someone.
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's the
I
most
do.
quoted line of the movie, actually.
it
Little
is,
known
yeah.
fact.
It is.
It's a disturbing movie in many ways.
Oh, in a lot of ways.
It's-
Actually, it originally had an R rating in America.
did.
They had to
No.
tone it down because of
noted
all
that.
the. Did you?
Yes.
She
Well,
brought notes
I
to
have notes.
listeners. Oh,
and
we came to play.
I actually think that is one of the movie's saving graces, is the fact that they did tone it down.
And it didn't get an R rating.
And it didn't get an R rating
Right.
because if they had gone to the levels of an American Pie or something like that,
Yeah.
I'd be
Well, the
sitting here
one-
going, I don't like it.
The one line that I think we already missed it was then, has it buttered your muffin? Can I assign someone to butter your muffin?
No, she hasn't run into the
Not that
plastics
one yet?
yet.
That's coming up,
That's
yeah.
coming up in the
I think
cafeteria.
it's the second day that she runs into them.
Yes,
But
because
that line originally was supposed to be, has someone popped your cherry?
Right.
yep,
And they had to change it in order to keep the
a little
PG-13.
iffy.
Yeah.
And
But
'cause
but
they-
butter your muffin. Did you look it up what that means?
I
in
actually
Urban
didn't know.
Dictionary?
Tell us what it means.
I don't know if you want me to.
You don't have, I mean,
Believe me, anything
pretty
that you can
obvious, yeah.
say has already been topped on this show.
a buttered muffin, quote unquote, is a
Story
So-
time.
this is a movie. Let's be honest. This is a movie
put it in
that
the movie, I'm gonna
that it established Lindsay Lohan as
It's her first non-Disney role.
yes as a not
Yes.
as a not Disney. You
Because
know,
she just finished filming, I think it was Freaky Friday. She's running off of Freaky Friday. So she originally tried out she wanted to do Regina.
No, she didn't
She
want
was
to be.
cast.
She was cast as
She was
Regina,
actually
but
cast
she
as
made the
Regina,
writers
yeah.
change it so that she could be Katie because she was afraid that it was going to mess up her wholesome
I
movie.
read that the
Yeah,
director's
people-
page-
Lindsay, what the hell happened?
little foresight would
Do
help
the
there.
Lilo.
Well, by the way, before we get any further into Mean Girls, I am curious. What's up with Lindsay Lohan nowadays? Where's she at?
She owns a nightclub in Greece.
Grease. She does.
And when I just said do the Lilo, she's still. She falls off the wagon every so often. I think she's trying to lead a cleaner life. She had like a reality show going on with her employees at the Greek nightclub for a while.
I watched a couple episodes.
And she actually sort of invented her own dance while she was messed up on pills or something, and she just kind of like really wobbled
course she
really
did.
oddly.
Of course she
but
did.
she's trying to own it and call it the Lilo. So that's her dance is the Lilo.
Is that her name? Is that what we're supposed to call her? Is Lilo?
We can. I mean, you got J Lo. You might as well have Lilo.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, you know, I saw a meme comparing
knows
50-year-old women today to Blanche from the Golden Girls, and I'd rather have Blanche. I think Lindsay Lohan. I have nothing against her. I'm not one of the people who she's not like what's the other the incredibly skanky skank.
Oh, I can't remember.
Come on,
Tara Reid,
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Paris Hilton,
No, keep going.
What?
Nikki, Paris Hilton's friend Nikki.
That's her sister.
No, Nikki.
no,
yeah, there's
no,
Nikki
the
Hilton.
one that was married
Nicole
to-
Richie.
Nicole Richie. No, that's amazing. I would have thought
There are so many of them.
I would have thought this one would have gone to the Miley Cyrus.
No, Amanda Bynes is the
Amanda
one that
Bynes
lost her damn mind too.
She went
Yeah.
Britney Spears 2007 crazy and then some.
Who is Amanda Bynes?
She's the one that
Britney
she
alone.
played in all.
She was on all that
All the-
as the little girl Ashley that sort of answered the Dear Abby letters. Dear Ashley,
And then she
that's
started doing
me.
all of these like
What a girl wants.
all of these really teenage
Teeny bopper things,
Look
yeah.
out in the distance, it's fine.
She's the
you
man.
already.
He's
He's gone.
you're such an ass.
Have another white claw.
You
Shut up.
asked who she was. We're trying to tell you. But Amanda Bynes,
empty already.
she gained her original fame on Nickelodeon on all
Yeah.
that. So,
Uh-huh.
yes. But yeah, she's the one who really went. She went. A bunch of them went off the deep end. I don't even know. Lori Beth Dimberg, you're the real idol.
You're making these names up.
No,
Who is that?
Lori Beth Dimberg with vital information for your everyday life. Also from
Oh,
all
yes,
that.
yes,
So
yes.
she's the real role model. I haven't heard any terrible stories about her at all.
Lisa Ling's on CNN now. Lisa Ling.
Play the crickets again.
from Channel
Yeah,
1.
No.
Oh, wait, did they even have Channel 1? Did
How
that
interesting.
exist?
Okay,
here's
here we
the
go.
the buttered muffin
Forget you.
line.
Yeah, and that's how Katie runs into the plastics because
Regina
what
I
is
met
defends
Lisa
her.
Ling. She
Yes.
came to my school. They actually did a live broadcast.
how fun
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, we had the Channel 1 came to my high
my
school.
God.
'cause
Oh, we're
we
still
did,
on that?
Yeah, we did we had the World Championship powerlifting.
Play the cricket. Can I reach the button? I can't reach the button.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, going back to your line, Michelle, Regina does defend Katie when one of the, just teen boys approaches her and tries to get in her pants
Right.
on her second day at school. But
Is that what he was doing?
Yes.
Was he actually trying?
yes,
Was
because-
that an attempt at?
yeah, because Regina shuts him down because Katie's. Does it say they're from Kenya? Right? Were they living in Kenya? She and her
South
parents.
Africa.
South
Yeah.
Africa. Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
sorry.
remember exactly where.
No. They call her Kenya. Like, hey, Kenya.
Oh,
No, they call her
yeah.
Africa.
They call her Africa?
Africa. No,
They
it's
call her Africa.
Okay, then I'm
At
wrong.
the end, they call it
Oh,
Africa.
geez, come on.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
come on, Canada. No, but she was living in
The Canadian version of Mean Girls.
This actually was filmed in Canada. So
Was
technically-
it?
Yes, the entire
It was.
movie
The
was
whole
filmed in
thing was
Canada.
filmed in Canada, but it was set in Illinois.
It was from the Canada.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
No, but this kid walks up to Katie and she doesn't understand the innuendo at all because she's not used to the slang and stuff of the school. He says the thing about the buttered muffin.
That's not school slang. That's
kids slang,
I
whatever.
mean, like, even if you grew up in
I'd
Africa,
never heard it before.
You're telling me that in Africa, no one makes sexual
Right, but they-
not in those specific words.
We're not. She doesn't understand the references. Like
it seems to me like a girl would sort of pick up that he's like, predator alert.
At first, I wouldn't.
know?
if it was me, at first I wouldn't. But
Yeah.
then if I thought about it, then I'd go.
Yeah, because it depends on how naive you are. I was pretty green going into
She
college.
was so sheltered.
Yeah.
Like I mean, her last crush was a 5-year-old kid. Like
Yeah.
when she was 5, I used to learn that later.
She's not been hanging around teenage boys.
Yeah,
But
who did not requite?
no, he
the
runs away
eviction.
from
No,
her.
he did not. He did run
White
away.
lady.
White lady!
no, but
This is
totally aside. Totally aside.
Another Tina Fey joke.
Wait, hang on,
No,
hang
it's
on,
okay.
hang
We
on.
can always backpedal.
Somebody on Instagram I know, who I hope doesn't watch the show. She was so excited because I guess for Valentine's Day, her husband got her a car, and it was a Lexus SUV, and it had a bow on it. But it's a Lexus SUV. So as soon as I saw it, in my mind, I just heard that little voice going, "White lady!"
From Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt,
Yeah.
for those of you who aren't getting this reference.
And let's talk about Tina Fey.
yes.
Because this was the movie that established Tina Fey,
Put her on the
not just as an actress, because she had done stuff before, obviously, but she wrote this. It's
And do you know what-
it's based
No.
on a
She didn't
book,
No. Yes, it is based on a book,
But-
a self-help
but-
book for parents.
but the book isn't it's not like a novel.
No, it's a self-help book by Rosalind Wiseman. It's called Queen Bees and Wannabes: Helping Your Daughter Survive Cliques, Gossip, Boyfriends, and Other Realities of Adolescence.
How does this assist you as a parent?
I can answer that question.
I mean, because it's like saying, "Here, watch." Oh God, what was that marijuana movie from the 50s? Reefer Madness.
Reefer
It's
Madness.
like it's Reefer
Yeah.
Madness.
Don't dance with Mary Jane, you will die.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they took real life examples, and there are several in the movie. Like Tina Fey, for instance, plays the math teacher.
Yes.
And she did that specifically to counteract the thought that, oh, girls can't do math. That's why she played a math teacher specifically.
Yeah, can I just put this out there as a guy? There really aren't that many guys left in the world who like think girls can't do math. That's really not a thing.
This
that
was
we
back in
think.
2004, so
know.
she's still combating stereotypes.
Wait,
there.
this was 2004?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yes, you're an old man. We know
I thought
this.
no, like seriously, I thought because it's like it's got the chick that looks like Jerry Ryan.
Who's that?
Are you talking? Which one are you talking about? The
The
brunette? or?
the main bad.
Oh,
chick.
Regina.
Regina.
Rachel
Rachel
McAdams?
Adams?
Yeah.
She's a
yeah.
famous actress, dude.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
it together.
Yeah, it's Jerry Ryan.
No, but the book that this is based on, and I think, you
But
know,
it does have Elisha Cuthbert in it.
the author of the book, Rosalind Weissman, said these aren't trivial issues, you know, not getting invited to a party, not being included on giveaways or whatever at school.
They totally are.
No.
That's the problem.
Her argument is that they lay the groundwork for girls faking their feelings, pretending to be somebody they're not, pleasing others at their own expense, essentially. Or just, you know, being flat out treacherous to each other.
All right. Okay.
That was her argument.
I'm going to call absolute bullshit on that because here's the thing about high school
Tell us.
for girls in high school.
Jeez, here we go.
Oh, yes, white man, explain this.
Yes.
The truth is
do.
that high school for girls sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
For the most part, yeah.
The truth is for dudes in high school, it sucks.
It sucks
It
for
sucks
everybody.
for everyone. It's not a gender thing, you know. I mean, if I could go back and spend one day, in just like do the whole quantum leap thing and leap into myself
I'll never know where he
as a high, you know where he leapt.
We haven't done that one in a while.
I know it's been like 3 episodes.
Hey, that's a while
Yeah.
for me.
No, but if I could go back to high school and just sort of embody myself and force my high school self to watch, I'd go, all right, look, I'll show you how this shit is done because none of this matters. Not one damn thing
Yep.
in your life right now means anything.
Yeah, my mom tried to impress that lesson upon me
Well, you can.
many times
Yeah.
when I was young. She's like, babe, you know, when you grow up, who do you think you're still going to be friends with from high school? Which, joke's on you, Mom, because I'm friends with several, actually. But, you know, the people who weren't terrible to me, obviously. That's Jason's.
The official, that's the printer. That's what's the name of the thing in the
Mojo
Archer?
wire.
No, an Archer that makes the toast.
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna. This is gonna kill me.
That's going to bug me now. And I can't look it up because our phones are both.
Melvin?
I have
Damn.
no idea the toaster's name. But
Yeah, the
anyhow.
toaster machine. If you know the toaster machine's name,
Well, Jason, now you can put it in the video.
now I can put it on.
Just show
Yeah.
people the answer.
No, because that's the thing. You can't because I have a
Insert
10-year-old.
clip here.
I have a 10-year-old, and so I know
Yes,
the
law
frustration.
enforcement, please help.
Yeah, I know the frustration that my parents went through because when I was a 10-year-old and then in college or in high school, my parents would tell me,
You were a 10-year-old in high school?
"Well, I did graduate high school in 3 years, though."
Oh, smart.
I found out. No, this is a true story. I found out that all I needed to graduate was one more English credit. And
Oh,
so,
nice.
And so I literally said, well, I wonder if there's a way I can get an extra English credit and just graduate and go to college and get the hell out of me, this crappy town that I live in. And there was a correspondence course you could take. And I literally did an English correspondence course
Sorry, I was falling
and
asleep.
graduated in 3 years. And because of that, I spent no, that's what you say. But you know what I did in college? 5 years in college. And it was,
Okay,
and
so
that,
it came full
and that 5th year was totally worth it. So the lesson is, if you can get out of high school, do it.
Pull a Van Wilder and go to
That's the
college
worst.
and stay there.
Seriously.
Just stay there.
yeah.
So anyhow,
Best 5 years of my life.
we're watching a movie, and we're actually Valentine's Day will have occurred by the time this episode does come out.
By the way, I'm loving how feminist this movie is.
This movie makes women look smart.
So feminist, this movie.
Oh yes, but yes, and Michelle, what day is it today that we're
When do-
recording this episode? Wednesday. And what do we do on Wednesdays? We wear pink, including Jason.
I thought I was going to watch a Vietnamese action movie.
And what was the justification for that again? Is the warrior color in Vietnam? Yeah,
It is. It's the warrior. It's the color of warriors.
Sure it is.
I learned that from an
Sure
episode
it
of
is.
Top Gear.
Oh, that must
Top
mean
Gear?
it's true.
It has to.
Power.
Well, that's that's why I had the flag, which is now gone.
Yeah, he ripped it. I think Adam took it down in his fit of pique when he left.
By the way, move over just a little bit. I want everyone to be able to see the poster that we have.
Oh, yes.
We are going to be putting that for sale.
A magnificent work of art
Yes.
that Jason dreamed up.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I'm just looking at the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, Amy
okay.
Poehler.
Yes,
Remember
Amy
when
Poehler, I
she-
was about to bring her up. So.
She was like what 50 when she made this?
No, she was in her
No,
30s.
30s.
I'm just kidding. I love
Because
it. I
Regina,
love Amy
Rachel
Poehler. I'm
McAdams
not
was
gonna
24. Amy Poehler's only 7 years older than Rachel McAdams.
They're all legal though, right? They're all.
They're all over 18. They're not all over 21.
right.
Like
So they're all adults.
Maybe you didn't understand what I meant when I said legal.
hey.
I
I'm
didn't
glad
ask.
we outnumber the boys
I'm
at
in the
this
restaurant
moment.
business. Legal for me is 21 and up.
I didn't
okay?
say can they buy alcohol.
But yeah,
Legal
so
for me is a little different.
and Amy Poehler, going back to some of the most quoted lines in the movie, you've got Amy Poehler saying, "I'm a cool mom."
Cool, mom.
Oh no, there's no alcohol in this. What kind of mother do you
Would you
think
like
I
some?
am? I'd rather
But,
you
but
drink in
truth
the
be
house.
told, though, we all knew that mom.
Oh, absolutely.
We all knew the mom, and
She's
was
in jail now.
well. The one I know is not in jail, but she did
goodness.
at least 3 of her son's friends.
Oh,
Swear to God, no.
Super.
I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm not saying I'm not.
gross. Anyway,
a little on the age difference there. I took a note.
go right ahead.
It's funny that Rachel is actually 8 years older than Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be the same age, same grade.
But I
They're
mean,
both
Rachel
juniors in high
McAdams is
school.
so gorgeous. I mean, she
She-
looks young
That's
in
a
this.
wig.
Yeah, her hair is
blonde
fake.
hair's a
So
wig.
Oh, it
if
is?
you can't,
Yeah.
if you can't attain that perfect Regina George hair,
It literally
or attain it.
It says that they could not bleach her.
Oh,
hair
that was
enough.
the Adam Brown's cameo just there.
See, he's really with us
In
this
spirit.
God, you were so mean to him.
Wait, is he meaner to him than me?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It depends
Let's just
on
say
the-
Adam softballs him. So
sometimes. Also,
Lobs into
sometimes.
you. I got you.
When you have Tina
I'm
Fey here in this,
I'm really mad because he's not here with me right now.
he abandoned you in your hour of need. But you've got Tina Fey in this very Jennifer Aniston from Office Space outfit because she bartends at what is that
What is it?
place?
I can't remember what it's
I
called.
wrote it down.
I didn't write that one down.
PJ Calamities is where she
Calamities.
bartends, and she's got all this flair on her vest, and she doesn't like to talk about her flair.
Yeah.
That's from another movie.
I just said the movie's name.
No, I know.
Okay, good talk.
I'm just remembering that movie.
I laughed so hard when I first saw this because I remember having my first 3-way phone call.
I'm glad you ended that with phone call.
I don't remember my first 3-way.
It's because the Quaaludes had already kicked
Very, very. Actually, I know a dude. Well, anyway.
in. Oh no. I don't want to hear
Because
this
he actually
story.
listened. No, he like woke up in a bed and went, "How did I get here?"
Oh god. Oh, you've told me that
I
story
told you that
actually.
story, yeah.
And you're like, nah, something happened to you, buddy.
Yeah, sexual assault is funny when it's an over 18 male.
Oh god. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so your first
So you're
three-way
saying that's a
phone
wig?
call?
That is
yes,
a wig.
it's fake hair.
That is a
How
fake
the hell
wig.
much does that wig cost?
No idea.
Because I mean, Sean Connery's wig from The Hunt for Red October was a cool $100,000.
No.
Yeah, $100,000.
How?
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, but it's October 3rd. Don't worry about it.
we'll
The
go
girls
back
in
to
the
that.
audience know.
It's
We'll go back to it.
Why are we talking about Sean
the
Connery? We're watching
October
Mean Girls.
the October
God.
Revolution.
Because
Anyhow.
he's trying.
They're communists.
He's trying to pull away.
No, I'm talking about wigs. And I know girls. You know things about hair, right?
No,
Maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so, I was genuinely looking. I didn't know that was a wig. It looks natural. I don't know how you do that as a wig.
It's just like
Why are there bald men if you can make a wig that
that's
good?
Amelia Clark.
Because-
Just like Amelia Clark in
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
your
She
favorite
has
show
brown
ever.
hair.
I have your
And her
clicks and
blonde-
whistles.
He
I don't
doesn't
even
watch Game
know.
of Thrones. He's so anti Game of Thrones.
No,
But her
well,
hair
I
is on
will,
a straight wig too.
and I will tell you though, wigs are hotter than holy hell to wear.
they're the
So
worst.
I imagine that's why bald men don't run around with wigs on because it's just not worth it.
It's not.
They're really
know-
uncomfortable.
It really
Yeah, have you seen the sign, by the way? Because we are in Alpharetta,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever is in charge of regulating billboards in Alpharetta, have you seen the billboard for the hair treatment
No.
that says your bald head looks like a baby's butt? And I thought, how?
I thought we had harsher
I
regulations
thought
than that in
too,
Alpharetta.
And I just thought, that's the cruelest thing. Like, can you
That is kinda
imagine
mean.
you just got fired, you found out your wife was sleeping with your boss, and you're driving and you
And
look
then
at that
a billboard
billboard and
is
it's
the-
like,
Maybe that's the straw that breaks the camel's back on
And-
the whole jelly scale,
maybe.
and that's where the spousal murder comes in because
Yeah.
that was his last damn straw.
What is the name of the dumb girl? The actress who plays it.
Katie.
No,
Amanda
Katie's-
Seyfried.
Yeah, Amanda Seyfried
Yeah.
plays
Yeah.
Karen.
Karen.
The dumb
Okay,
girl
yeah.
living the plastics.
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah.
Karen, the stupid one. You've got Gretchen, whose father invented toaster
Which is
strudel.
like
Strudel.
saying the really good basketball player on the Harlem Globetrotters.
Globetrotters.
But but she was actually in the revival of Twin Peaks.
She also voiced Eliza from Wild Thornberries.
No. Gretchen.
Yeah.
That was Gretchen.
Gretchen. That's
Oh,
what we're
okay.
talking
I
about.
thought he was asking
You were talking
about
about-
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, I thought we moved on from her.
The brunette one.
Next
Okay.
to him.
Oh my god!
Guys, this is a freaking
parents
train wreck. You're making him so
working.
miserable.
I understand.
love it.
I understand that I said the stupid one, and that is a little. That's like
It's a
saying
loose term.
the white one.
Okay, so let me specify really
she's
clearly
not
for you.
white.
The one
One-
that holds her breasts when it's raining.
Yes.
That one. That's Amanda Seyfried.
Okay, yeah, she
And
was-
She
she
did
was in
not
Twin
voice
Peaks.
Eliza.
Good. The
On the
actress
Wild
that did
Thornberries.
Gretchen Wieners did.
Yeah,
Wilson.
yeah.
That's it.
That is her last
Gretchen
name, and
Wieners.
that's the character's last name. Gretchen Wieners.
Gretchen Wilson is a country singer.
I'm gonna punch.
We are
one of
we
you.
are going to take a very quick break.
Yes, we are. We're
if
gonna
you-
get our shit
yeah.
together and bring it back.
If you don't, if you see ads, enjoy these ads, and if you don't,
We'll be back in a
we'll
minute.
be back in about 1 second. And we're back.
We've calmed down a little bit. We're gonna try and stay on track. Looking at you, Michelle.
What did I?
You know what you did. Anyway.
It's better than Halloweentown.
We're never letting that go.
No, it's serious. I mean, it's way better than Halloweentown.
He's never gonna give
he
that
doesn't
up.
know about the present that I'm gonna get him, does he?
I'm staying so far
Is it-
out of this. It's
Is
not
it
even funny.
Halloweentown? Because I don't want that.
Hopefully not.
Please.
Too bad you're getting it.
Because at least this movie has the just totally exploitive scene with them doing the Christmas pageant or whatever.
I mean, it's a
Which-
lot of it is exploited.
The whole movie's exploitation.
Yeah, like because even right now we're at the part where Katie doesn't understand what Halloween means in America. She always grew up with the impression of, oh, that's when children dress up in scary costumes and they get handed candy. No, apparently in girl world, because that's what she calls the world that the plastics occupy.
Yeah.
Girl world,
Because she's got this whole parallel running because she's used to living in animal world. Like I knew how this would be settled in animal world, but in girl world the rules are different.
No, it's not. It's the exact same thing.
Oh no, passive aggression doesn't
Yeah.
exist in the animal world,
Well, that's
Jason.
true, yeah.
But in girl world, it's the reigning champion of communication. But so for Halloween, Katie doesn't realize that dressing skanky is essentially a requirement,
Yes.
and so she shows up in this
Yeah.
kind of scary, hideous costume.
Ex-wife.
Yeah, she's an
Yeah.
ex-wife,
Which I
but-
thought was an incredibly clever costume.
Yes,
It was.
absolutely.
Because as soon as she says ex-wife, it's clever. You know? It's
And
like
it's cute.
like the guy I knew in high school who said that he wanted girls to go. Some girl said, "What was the sexiest costume she could wear?" And he said, "A brick." And that's what everyone said. And then it was always followed with, "Why is a brick sexy?" And he goes, "Because then I can go as a bricklayer." And he never got laid.
Oh, what a
I
winner.
wonder why.
And that man became Jimmy Fallon.
Don't worry, he's got
didn't.
Justin Timberlake to keep him warm on Valentine's Day.
But then with its
What are you saying?
things, the girl world,
Janice,
she doesn't
or-
understand. No.
Oh, she doesn't
thinks
understand
that
the rules of girl
Regina
world.
is helping her because she likes Aaron
When in fact, Regina's setting her up for failure.
for failure and is actually trying. She
get
gets
Aaron
back.
back
with Aaron just to spite Katie.
Yes, because she doesn't even really want Aaron. She actively cheats on him and stuff, and she's terrible to him. But yeah, she doesn't want him, but she nobody else does. Yes, it's harsh, actually, when you think about it, because they're messing with her stuff, and she messing with her diet. It's actually pretty terrible what they do to Regina. Just a
Football
tad.
practice.
Ladies in bikinis. Just watch the movie on mute.
She says,
but-
I want to learn. I want to lose.
If she
3
was
pounds."
drinking cranberry cocktail,
Yes.
It's
not
sugar.
drinking cock.
Well, even the
Very
boyfriend brings
different
that up. He's like, "You're not going to lose weight drinking cranberry juice
I
cocktail."
yeah,
It's all
I actually
sugar."
think that that's worse for you than what the protein bars, because I mean, it's cranberry cocktail. It's just
It's
not.
sugar.
It's sugar.
just sugar.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, but see, now we're at the part
this
with
is
Animal
Animal
World,
World.
because now that Regina has stolen Aaron from Katie, who she's got a big crush on Aaron, and
She doesn't know how to play it.
yeah, she
Yes.
doesn't know how to acclimatize to girl
Unlike all
world.
the other high school kids who totally know how all this stuff works.
Yeah, I was such a smooth operator when I was this age. My
no,
God.
And that's the thing about this movie is that, and we talked about this on, I think, 10 Things.
Yes, and I've got a comparison to that movie for
where,
this.
Yeah, where that's sort of a thing that was a very 90s. I mean, they've done it for years, but it's a particularly John Hughes 80s, then 90s, and then a little bit in the 2000s. This was kind of the end of this kind of movie.
A little bit.
It really this was the last of a generation of movies.
I can kind of see it, but they do all have that one very important scene in common, which is the label scene, and it's it takes place in like the
I
courtyard.
don't understand what the nipple plan was with cutting the nipple holes.
To
It
embarrass
was to
her.
embarrass her. It was just to embarrass her.
So, for those of you who aren't watching along with us, Janice and Damien, who's too gay to function. I love that
That's
line.
the best line in the entire movie. He's almost too gay to function.
Yep.
His whole role is just amazing. I just love
Yeah.
it.
They steal Regina's tank top and cut holes where her breasts go.
Well,
and,
they spent more time casting that part than any other part in the movie.
and Damien's actually a role model in the gay community, from what I've
Yes.
found out, because he was really nervous when they cast him for this. He hadn't come out himself yet, and he said, he talks about the fact that
That's a hell of a way to do it.
he got to be an actual, like, accurate gay character, and people to this day, like, gay men will come up to him and thank him for being a role model to them when they were younger, because they had somebody on the screen that they could watch and admire who wasn't just like overly sexualized
Right,
or anything.
yeah,
he was a
yeah.
confused
He was
a confused gay teen in high school.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They established that he's gay in the beginning, and that's really about
That's my
It.
favorite. Oh, my
Yeah.
favorite part from him is when they're in the bathroom when they first meet.
Danny DeVito, I love your work.
And she, it's the girl's bathroom. Danny DeVito. And she takes
She
off.
tries to kick him out.
Oh
yeah.
my god, it's hysterical.
Yeah, he's
But they actually I think they said they traveled 3 different cities, and they did like open call casting calls for that character for
I don't know
Damien's
about that.
character.
Really?
And then they found him.
they worked hard to find the perfect character
guy.
for that part.
well, he and
And,
Janice
and he
are-
is. He's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he and Janice both are great, because Janice went on to, she's been on New Girl, she was on True Blood, she's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Cloverfield,
Yep.
she was in Cloverfield, and she dated Matthew Perry for like 6 years.
Yep.
Well, I mean, do we put that in the accomplishment column
Back
or the?
back
Well,
in
back-
2004.
yes. Okay, back then,
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
Back then,
Right
that
now,
was,
maybe not.
Yeah, now it's like your daughter comes home and, oh God, sweetie,
Right.
Poor
you've
Matthew Perry.
got such a bright future.
Oh,
You know.
so mean. See, he's a mean girl to everybody.
He is a mean girl.
He doesn't care.
No, Matthew Perry. I would like to think that Matthew Perry went off and like took his money and is living a reclusive life.
That's kind of what he does. I mean,
I
he's
don't know
on,
that it is.
He's on Twitter, and he just joined Instagram as we learned the other day when Jennifer Aniston, the queen of Instagram, announced to everyone and their mom.
Is she?
She's like a big deal on Instagram. Yes, she's a big deal.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not on Instagram that much, I guess.
Either way. But Matthew Perry, he tweeted the other day, and it was pretty funny that they had released a Friends Lego set. He was like, oh, if you think I didn't buy this and build the little Central Perk set, you're wrong, except my character's dressed up like Batman. So there's your nod to Batman, Jason.
Right. Yeah. By the way, just looking
This line
in this entire movie, Elisha Cuthbert, she's so obviously a better actress than everyone in the movie.
Okay.
No, she really is. I mean, because she's the only one who can act. She has a lot of non-vocal. Oh wait, the talent show.
What's happening? Oh, the talent show is coming up. Yeah.
It's
but
coming up in a-
we just missed the most arguably one of the most
She's
famous
a really,
lines in the
really
entire
great
movie.
actress.
It is
Whatever,
the most
Elisha,
Quiet
call
you.
me. Call me.
It's
So-
the most quoted.
Well, and the guy who played Damien says that people run up to him all the time. He's like, I'll be at a bar or something, and, you know, it's all chill for a second, but then I hear, you go, Glen Coco, just from across the room, and it just ruins it.
Tina wrote in someone from She Knows. That character, Glen Coco, is played by someone she knows from her childhood.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Like, it was, and he's like a non-existent, but he has a huge IMDb about it.
Well, he was played by a Canadian actor named David Reel.
Yep.
And it actually took some digging to figure that out, because when people were like, oh my God, why is this Glen Coco? You only see his face maybe once, and then you see the back of his head.
Yep.
No, you do see his face. He's sitting in front of Katie when they come in. When
right.
Damien's handing out the candy canes,
Right.
which is just, I have a sad high school story to go with the candy cane give out. I can sort of see the mom point of view of just like helping your daughter navigate this awfulness as a teen, because when I was in middle school, we were encouraged to buy flowers for the guy that we liked. And I bought one for the guy that I liked, whose name I will not mention. And he laughed in my face.
Oh my God.
So it's a risky...
Screw you, Jan Michael Vincent.
Calling all Jan Michael Vincents. I don't need you in this quadrant. Get out of here.
That was back when he had both his legs.
God.
Golly.
Sorry.
No, our high school did the same thing, and I don't think I ever actually sent any.
I did, but
I don't remember.
And for some kids feel left out and stuff, but it's life though. That's a life lesson. It's like, okay, some years you're gonna have a Valentine, some years you're not. Like, that's just, it's how the cookie crumbles. Sorry.
Right.
But I do love that line, because they're starting to manipulate the plastics group, Regina and her crew, by breaking Gretchen Wieners first and making sure that she doesn't get a candy cane.
That everybody else did.
Everyone else in the group, except for her, gets a candy cane. And that's
then now we come up to the play, to the talent show.
Yes.
And Regina makes Gretchen switch.
Yes, they switch positions on the dance floor.
She loses it.
That's what she said.
That's
I said on the dance floor, you perv.
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
He's watching the supposedly underage girls in this movie in really scampy costumes. Costumes.
No, the fourth wall's broken. They're all over the age of 18.
Lacey turns 21 during filming. The one who plays Gretchen Wiener is that one right there.
There we go.
She turns 21, and then
Lindsay Lohan was the youngest one at the time.
Yeah, she was.
Holy
18.
shit! I'm a feminist now.
Rachel, I think, was like 24. Oh, yeah,
Rachel
24.
McAdams was 24. Yep, and they do this slutty ass dance to Jingle Bell Rock, which is why Jason's just left the building right now, guys. I know you can see him at home. But what's really funny, the kid that raps before the girls come on stage, Kevin G. Do you know that Amy Poehler and Tina Fey had to walk him through that?
Because he couldn't rap.
Particularly Amy Poehler, and apparently there's a YouTube video, which I will search for online and put it in the show notes, where Amy Poehler is coaching him through it, or at least performing it before he does, with Lindsay Lohan and Tina Fey like hyping her up, apparently.
Yeah, right.
So I've got to find that video. That sounds awesome. But another thing we have to talk about, for all you Scrubs fans out there, Neil Flynn is Lindsay Lohan's dad in this movie, which is awesome. The janitor is her dad.
Yep.
Why are you sighing at me over there, Mr.
Well, there's a lot of Goldberg's connections.
Oh my God.
Okay. I've not seen
Tim
the
Meadows.
Goldbergs.
Oh, you never seen? Oh no, it's a good show.
No, you've told me about
Yeah,
it.
the Goldbergs is definitely.
I made my way through BoJack Horseman at Adam's behest, and now I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine for you. So I've got enough on my plate at the moment.
Well,
but
you know what? I would tell you in all seriousness, and I know
if you tell me to watch Community, I'm going to punch you in the face.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to go Animal World on your ass. You're just saying.
You gotta watch
No,
Community.
finish your story.
You've got to. You've got to watch Community. It's so much. No, I mean, I love. If you can make it through BoJack, which, let's be honest, by about season 3 of BoJack, you
Well, what's
feel
funny
really
is that
sad.
both of you have encouraged me to watch it, and I'm the one who finished the series first.
I'm actually 2 series back.
I know you are.
Yeah, because it got that depressing.
It does. It punches you in the gut emotionally. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, Community. Don't worry about that. You know, except for that season 5.
Okay, great story. Anyhow,
For Gretchen, she has
she has her
speech.
meltdown. Yep.
Both of the
About
Nguyen
Caesar.
brothers came back to Vietnam to make the movie. I don't even. It's not even worth it.
No, it's not. Just
They're brothers.
in a van.
You lost me at Community, so
Don't worry about it. But
I just have been
no,
watching
maybe
the-
They're
this is where
just
Glenn Coco
brothers.
shows up. Is in
They're
a van.
just brothers.
And their bond, you can bet your
And
bottom
then
dollar.
old ladies attack.
And cat aliens. Anyhow,
I wish I was friends with Paul F. Tompkin,
that would be fun.
because then he could be here with me right now.
Spaghetti or not,
Yeah,
here he
it-
comes.
The greatest line ever uttered by any human.
It's pretty great.
Nothing Shakespeare ever said was better than spaghetti or not. Here I come. It's the greatest line in the history.
You heard
of-
it here first,
Yes.
hindsighters. Anyhow, we've officially broken Gretchen Wieners because, oh yeah, it's a medical emergency. Anyhow,
I knew a guy that happened to,
oh,
but it wasn't like that.
oh, okay. Well, that's a relief because I wasn't
It was
going to
actually
sit here for
it
that.
was actually in a swimming pool.
I'm not sitting here for this story. That sounds horrendous.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Anyway, before we go too off
It's
the
just-
rails.
yeah.
Yeah, so Lindsay Lohan and her crew are breaking down Gretchen, and I think her
Which one's Gretchen?
the brunette.
Toaster strudel.
The brunette.
Oh, Elisha Cuthbert. Oh, whatever.
You
Eliza
at
was-
least pay
she-
attention.
She auditioned for the movie, but she never got casted.
I
read that.
He's all over the
What a
place.
stigma.
Oh no.
Sucks for you.
Oh no, he's running straight for the projection room.
That is a great line.
Yeah.
I think
well,
he's going
that
to the
no, that's the
auditorium.
thing. I mean, you can see throughout the movie there's this Tina Fey brilliance.
Yeah.
You know,
just
specifically in the
honest,
dialogue.
Yeah, you really
You
hear
know.
her voice in it. Even
you
Amanda
do.
Seyfried said that Tina Fey wrote the coolest script of all time.
Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
how she described it.
Which is one reason why I'm very disappointed in how Kimmy Schmidt ended up.
Yeah, that
Nobody likes. I mean, it's not just me. Usually, I hate something, and I'm alone. Mm-hmm. Everyone hates how Kimmy Schmidt has ended, and they want to make a movie now.
I'd watch a movie with just Titus, to be perfectly honest.
I
could
honestly,
just-
yeah, I would watch a
all day.
Titus. In fact, I would actually like to see a Titus series,
yes.
just Titus, and that would be great. I
With
would love.
Billy Eichner as an occasional guest star.
I mean, I
love.
love every single person in Kimmy Schmidt. Mm-hmm. You know, but Titus is just he's gold.
Yes, he is.
You know, there's
He's-
nobody-
To me, he's the
yeah.
star of the show. Kimmy,
He is.
With Kimmy, it's just Aaron from The Office running around being Aaron from The Office.
Was she in the office?
Yeah, she was the receptionist after Pam left.
Okay.
But then Pam.
And
came
she's
back.
great. I love her. I
Yeah,
mean,
she's
yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely adore her. But Titus though, well, he does have very serious stage credentials.
Yes, he does. He's a fantastic singer. He was on
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum's show recently.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, they
Oh,
sang Christmas carols together.
Oh, I was thinking of when he was. What's the name of the?
He was
crab?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
In The Little Mermaid
Little
on
Mermaid, yeah.
Broadway, right?
And he was great.
Yeah,
He was
he's a very
absolutely
talented
fantastic.
guy. But here we go. So now Katie is sort of working her way up in the plastics world. So they've broken Gretchen, and Gretchen's flipped out and spilled all the secrets about Regina and how, she's cheating on Aaron. And so Janice Ian, who is a real person, by the way.
No shit.
No,
Not everybody knows that. She was the first musical guest on SNL.
Yes.
So, and she and Janis Joplin apparently spent a lot of time together, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, now Katie's sort of working her way up in the world of the plastics to be the new queen bee. We haven't quite gotten to that part yet, but she starts describing it as word vomit. She's so obsessed with Regina that she can't stop talking about her and talking about how terrible she is, and she just finds excuses to speak about her, basically.
right.
Just screw already. Seriously.
That would be a
she
movie
does-
you would sit through.
She does well because
No shit.
we're breaking Regina with Gretchen saying that she's cheating on Aaron, and then
Yes.
with hey Josh,
That was my text. That was my text notification. Sorry, guys,
oh.
because we're watching the movie on my phone, which is why
Sorry.
we keep looking down at this coffee mug.
yes, coffee mug's very interesting.
So yeah, they do. They create a list in
So
the beginning of the movie
the plan is working.
because all the legs that Regina has to stand on is her hot body. So they start
Right.
messing with her diet.
The boyfriend Aaron
with the Caltine bars. They try to get Aaron to break up with her. They want to defeat the army of skanks
Army of
that
skanks.
support her.
Yes.
And they're working on that with Gretchen, and they never really accomplished that with Karen.
Is that the
dumbly.
guy? Is that the guy who played the older brother in Stranger Things?
I've never
No.
seen all of Stranger
But
Things.
the funny thing about that guy is the only reason he got casted was because Tina Fey thought he looked a lot like Jimmy Fallon.
Oh
Oh
God!
no!
I literally casted because Tina thought he looked like Jimmy Fallon.
She didn't like tell him that, did she?
I don't know.
Oh,
I guess she likes Jimmy Fallon or something.
I don't
but,
know. Well, I mean, they worked together.
Yeah, I know on Saturday Night Live, but still,
I've worked with a lot of people.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm
It
gonna-
doesn't mean I want to,
Maybe she finds a lot of aspects of Jimmy funny and wanted to bring that to the movie. I don't know.
Well, this kid doesn't
Or
look at
she
the
had-
camera when he makes jokes.
Tina,
so that's
She has like a random crush on Jimmy. Who knows? We don't know.
I mean, Jimmy Fallon's not an unattractive man, but that's just a really odd reason to
a
cast,
very
to
odd
cast
reason,
some
yeah.
young guy in a movie.
Oh, I know.
But Katie telling me looks sexy with his hair,
Hair
pushed
pushed
back.
back.
God, that's some of that passive aggressive shit that's because Regina gets Aaron back and then just flaunts it in Katie's
Yes.
face, and that's why you have those parallels like we were talking about with Animal World, because Katie's like, oh, I know this would be settled in the animal world, and you see her imagining
attack.
jumping across the table at Regina. But in real life, in Girl World, she's
that
like,
was a really awesome scene.
she's like, yeah, you. I imagine you hated it,
Yep.
but
I made it through it. I do
suffered
a
through.
lot for this audience.
he muscled through
You
it.
know? I knuckled down and
But we, anyway,
whatever.
Anyhow,
right now, we basically, Katie is pretending to be bad at math.
to get Aaron's attention
Aaron's
and get him to
attention.
tutor her.
So
Yep.
she gets tutored by him, but he gets everything wrong.
Yeah, he's an idiot when it comes to math.
He has
Apparently.
no idea what he's doing. And then she ends up kissing him. And he's like, no, I can't do this.
Which
Because
no
I'm with Regina.
teenage guy has ever said.
Right.
Ever.
Well, he does kiss her. It's not like he immediately pushes her away or
Yeah.
But he's
anything. He
like-
does kiss her.
It's
Yeah.
and then that's when she goes, why do you like her? And he's like, whatever he says. She goes, and that's when she tells him that she's cheating on him. So he ends up breaking up with Regina, so you can cross off Aaron Samuels off the list.
Yeah, so they do get rid of the
So.
boyfriend. Like the one girl who isn't a complete terror is in fact the stupid one, Karen.
Yeah.
Because she's almost too dumb to be involved
Like
in any
Well,
of this.
she has. Yeah, it's almost like she's innocent.
You know, she's
She
too
is.
naive and innocent.
Yeah.
And she's
and
flat
she's
stupid.
aware. That's the thing about that's okay. Her character is interesting because when she says, Lindsay Lohan
I'm
says,
so stupid, and Lindsay's like,
and she's like, no, you're not, and she's like, no,
yeah,
I am.
really am though.
But the thing is, Errol Morris. I'm bringing this around to something more interesting.
Oh my god.
Errol Morris wrote this great series, and I think it was in the New York Times, about how people are very bad at knowing what they're not good at. You know, so the one thing that a person is very, very bad at understanding is when they're bad at something.
Right.
Okay? So when a person has the ability to say, I am stupid, they're actually demonstrating a sort of psychological awareness that's so far beyond what the average person is capable of.
Well, because usually the indicator of that is flipped. You know, when anybody describes themselves as fill in the blank here.
Yeah.
That's usually their weakest trait.
Right.
Like, especially when you hear girls, I'm super chill. Like, but no,
You're
she's
not.
not super chill.
If you say
She is
that,
not.
you're
I like
not.
to go
Yeah.
hiking.
Right.
No, no girl likes go hiking.
But but typically, if you've ever met a person, and I've known people, guys and girls, who have described themselves like, for whatever reason, they have seen themselves as stupid, and every single person that I've known that's been like that has actually been a very insightful, intelligent person. They were just really bad at particular,
Articulating it.
or academics.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew one guy, I went to law school with this one guy, and he actually ended up leaving school. And he always, he said from the beginning, he was like, well, I'm stupid. I shouldn't even be here. And we all tried to tell him, we're
Bless
like,
your
no,
heart.
you're not stupid. You're smarter than most of the people here. But he had it, in his head because he was bad. In high school, he was bad at math. And we said, well, you're trying to be a lawyer. Who gives a
What do
shit?
you need math for, right?
Yeah.
Which, speaking of math, bringing it back to the movie, Katie actually, like we said, is really good at math.
She's excellent at math.
And they
The
ask her
reason being-
about. Yes, I was just about to bring it up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The reason being she really likes math is because it's the same in every country.
Which the results are the same in every country. The approach is not always the same.
No, this is
So-
true. We've learned that, but that's what the quote line is.
Yeah, no.
Well,
that
there
is
are
what she said.
Aborigines who have no concept of numbers, which is I think very fascinating. Literally, there are Aborigines that if you ask them, how old are you? They'll say, I'm older than, and they'll point to somebody else. But they actually don't have a concept
Of time.
of numbers.
Huh.
How many kids do you have? I have several. I've got a lot. I've got
I
a
never
few.
knew that.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
that was from a Terry Jones documentary on math.
I was wondering if you would learn that from Brian, the writer that we like. Bill Bryson. Bill Bryson. Sorry,
I
Brian.
actually thought of Bill Bryson. We were watching this
You think of Bill Bryson
No,
every
no.
single day.
during the
That's not why.
during the Christmas pageant scene. I thought of a quote from Bill Bryson. I think from
Your mind works in mysterious ways.
I think it was from the Thunderbolt Kid.
Okay. That's one of his that I haven't read. So
It's a very good one where he
What
says
quote?
the words robust heterosexuality.
Why?
because
when
they're
they-
all dressed in skanky Mrs. Claus costumes.
He said
Oh my
it was
God.
when his friends would he had a neighbor who bought a colored television. He was the first person in the neighborhood who had a color TV, and all the kids in the neighborhood would sneak right outside of his window and look in and watch what he was watching, even though they couldn't hear it.
Right.
And they would watch not Eartha Kitt. It was the Julie Newmar as Catwoman on Batwoman on Batman, and they would watch.
I thought Eartha Kitt was Catwoman.
She was the second one.
Oh, okay.
Julie Newmar was first.
Got it.
And that's where he said we all knew that we were on the path to robust heterosexuality when we saw Julie Newmar.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh God. But yeah, so
Go ahead, bring it back.
I'm going to because you keep taking us off the damn path. So yeah, this is a part where you really start to see Katie evolving into the head queen bee because she's manipulating the three-way calling now, and
Three-way call attack.
she's acting just like Regina toward her other friends. When this was all supposed to be kind of espionage and. She was being a double agent between her real friends and the plastics.
Yep.
But now she's becoming Regina. And just like,
She just
love you, bye.
bye.
Like,
Yeah.
and, she's
like
just
how she really got nominated for the Spring Fling Queen. How
fling
she's
queen or
like-
something. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't say that.
Spring Fling Queen.
I'm looking at this thinking of Bye Bye Birdie.
I just
Hi,
want to know,
Hugo.
Thank you.
Hi,
Yes,
you stupid.
yes.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
on
Can
that
we
one.
talk about Regina's little sister for a second?
Oh my God, yes. Because it's actually a pretty
She's got a sister?
Yeah.
yeah a younger sister. She
Oh.
looks to be like 7 or
8.
Yeah,
Young.
and she's dancing to like Milkshake,
Milkshake when we first meet her.
which is a very sexual song for
Milkshake
those.
brings all the ones to the eye. And she's like dancing like this, and like everybody's okay with it. Like nobody has a problem with it. And then during this scene on the phone, Regina pays attention to her, and she's watching Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, and she's lifting. You see her lifting her little shirt up,
like the girls are on TV.
It's not good.
Say goodbye to these, Michael.
Michael Bluth is threatening me.
You know, Arrested
He's not her
Development-
supervisor anymore.
You know, one of the things about Arrested Development is, can we talk about Arrested?
No.
I'm listening. What?
I don't know. I just was hoping we could.
You guys
take the
go on these
conversation over.
tangents about
We don't go on tangents. What the hell are you
TV
talking
shows that
about?
I've never watched. So I
Well,
just,
Damn,
Whose fault is
Jerry
that?
Ryan is hot.
so this next scene.
Yeah,
Now in
Yes.
the movie,
with 7 of 9.
Regina, yes, this is a really big turning
important-
point. Yeah.
Yes, because there's rules in order for you to sit with the plastics. You can't wear a ponytail. You ponytail
You
only
get
once a week.
Once a week, you wear pink on Wednesdays.
And
You
then there's
only
this-
wear like sweatpants or tracksuit
Tracksuits
stuff on Fridays.
Fridays.
What? Okay, the ponytail thing. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about that? Because women have misunderstood the ponytail for, I think, thousands of years.
Oh, please mansplain to us how we misunderstood
Right,
the
please.
ponytail.
Let's
Okay,
let's sit
okay.
back and listen.
No, seriously, I'm
Unless
interested
you're
to hear
all
this.
lesbians, okay, because you care about how you look. You want to look sexy,
Okay.
okay? Because let's be honest, that's why we wear clothes. That we don't buy clothes to be comfortable.
What? I am in leggings and a tunic type sweatshirt. I'm the most comfortable thing in the world.
Is that a
right now.
tunic?
Kind of. It's a little bit.
I don't think I've ever owned a
A
tunic.
little bit.
Yeah. Anyway.
What a great sidebar this is.
Yes.
Anyway.
Anyway, no, but women always say that. They always. I've dated so many girls who, and my wife today. Oh, I'm just gonna wear a ponytail. I look terrible. Ponytails are like the thing guys like. We like ponytails,
That's not the first time I've heard that.
No,
and girls always bitch like, "Oh, I've got to wear a ponytail."
Yeah, no, it. I don't know. I've heard it both ways because honestly, girls treat ponytails like, or I'm just gonna
I'm
do
just
a
gonna throw
messy
it out.
bun today.
Right.
Yeah, it is convenient because it keeps your hair out of your face. Like
Yeah,
you
it looks
tend to
better.
Well, to some guys.
Some guys, it
The
feels-
straight guys, yes.
No,
yeah,
I had a
yeah,
boyfriend
yes.
in college who, even though I wore my hair like half down all the time, all I did was like put a headband.
Sweetie, he was gay.
No, he wasn't. But I wore a headband that just kept my hair pushed back, but it was still down. And he was like,
He
"Why
cried
did
after.
Shut up.
He's gay now.
I'm gonna
He
freaking
was gay then, sweetie.
my-
Community,
Anyway.
community jokes.
shut up."
Look, wait. Before you throw something at me, I know you have a very important thing to say, but we've
at the
gone
party.
a little bit long in this segment, so we are going to pause here because I want to talk about the car.
my mad
that,
face.
that Jerry Ryan just drove up in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the stress.
We're going to be right back, everybody. Again, if you see commercials, great. If you don't, we'll be back in about 1
And my
second.
hair's up.
Thank you.
So we'll talk about that later.
And we're back.
Yep.
And can I just say, before we go back into the movie,
What?
we did last week, we did Smokey and the Bandit.
We did.
Okay.
He's reminiscing on that
No,
time when we
no.
did a guy movie.
No,
and he was happy.
I think I have to, I think this is one of those, like, those moments when you have to sort of admit you have a problem. And
With?
well, honestly, I'm going to say to you and to the audience, I think I have a problem.
And it's not. Is it
Wait,
white
hang
claws? Wait, what is it?
With hipster items.
There's
I know,
no
right?
laws when when you're drinking claws.
Is that
There's
is
no
that
laws when
a
you're
new
drinking
thing?
claws. You didn't know that?
In
I thought that-
Brooklyn?
I'm gonna have to send you that video.
in
Oh my
Brooklyn, that must be a thing.
No, there's a whole video.
Oh my.
We
put it in the show
as
notes.
our dedicated fans know, we did we watched Smokey and the Bandit last week,
We did.
and over the weekend I watched White Lightning
Of course you did.
and Gator.
He's got a Burt Reynolds
And-
problem.
Well, no, I think I might have a Jerry Reed problem because then I watched Highballing.
Hey, those are both good problems
Yeah.
to have. I've got a Burt Reynolds problem for sure.
Let me
big
tell
one.
you, White Lightning. He's a handsome man.
Yeah.
Look, robust
young
heterosexuality.
Burt Reynolds. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Robust heterosexuality,
Robust.
absolutely.
But you know what? There's a limit, and I think Burt Reynolds is that limit. Yeah,
He took it to the limit.
yeah. That
Oh, that
is,
mustache, though.
but I do have to say though, I disagree with Archer.
In
Because
what
Archer said
capacity?
that Archer said, between White Lightning and Gator, he said Gator was the superior of the movies.
That's debatable.
I'm gonna say Archer was wrong on that. In my opinion,
Whoa.
I think White Lightning was actually the superior.
Everything
of
I
the
knew
movies.
just
I'm telling
jumped
you,
out the window.
even though Gator had Jerry Reed,
Yeah.
which White Lightning didn't, because Jerry Reed played Bama McCall in Gator.
In this memoir of Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Anyway,
No, no.
there are no gators in Mean Girls, Jason.
When
or
did we get
airboats.
when did we get to the airboat scene?
There were no airboats in Gator.
There were.
No.
That was the thing. I watched both of those movies. There's not one goddamn airboat in either one of them.
Archer gets called out for that.
All right, go
Here we
back
go.
to the
Listen,
main
we
girl.
wanted to stop here so you can.
Oh,
talk
Tim
about the
Meadows.
car.
Let's talk about Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows is in this movie, so this
Yes.
actually applies. Sorry, he keeps knocking into the camera. But anyhow,
We're shaking. It's
Yeah.
earthquake.
Tim Meadows, I think Tim Meadows is the most underappreciated actor in the world.
This was his.
he's one of them.
He's absolutely
First?
fantastic.
One of his first, isn't it?
Movies?
Yeah.
Well, since
No, he was-
SNL.
No, the first movie I think he did was when he was playing that pimp. And I can't look it up on my phone, but he was playing a
No,
pimp.
what is it?
But it was post SNL. And
You clearly know what you're talking
now
about.
Michelle's gonna look it up. I'm dead serious. It can't. I can't remember what year.
Was
it
it
came
a
out.
Will Ferrell movie?
No. Tim Meadows was the star as a pimp.
Well, now we're just losing credibility with the audience.
No, we're not. She's gonna pull it up. Paging Dr. Google.
Now,
Dr.
now,
Google.
now, see, these people, they tune into us because they think we know what we're talking about.
Well, they should know better than that by now. My
I
God.
know, but it's the internet.
I do have a fun fact about Tim Meadows in this movie.
Oh, God.
So.
I do too, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same
It
one.
probably
So
is the
go
same
for
one.
it.
He
What is
broke
it?
his hand before the
A week
production.
before the production
Yes,
began.
That is
yes.
actually
So
not
his-
mine.
He
Everyone-
actually.
Yeah, I
the
know.
cast
They've
is
got
real.
access to IMDb too.
I hate you.
Yeah, you're kind of the worst sometimes.
You are the worst. Can you just let me have my fun fact,
For real.
please?
Well, hang
For
on.
real though.
Oh no, there's nothing
Trying to find it.
in this scene.
Okay.
No, but
He's-
go
he's
ahead.
in
Why does
Ladies'
Sherry
Man.
Ryan have
Ladies'
an R?
Man, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yep.
the ladies' man.
He was also in Walk Hard.
I never saw
the
Wild
Dewey,
Card.
the Dewey
never-
Cox
Well, because
Yeah.
saga.
as our hindsighters know at this point, I'm a Nosmic, and I could not get over people telling me, go see Walk Hard because his brother dies and he loses his sense of smell.
Oh,
People were
okay.
badgering
I
me to
was
see
like,
that movie.
what-
You had no idea where I was
what
going
the
with
hell
that,
does
did
it
you?
Where is
have
this going? Where is this going?
Go see that movie. It smells great. I don't.
Oh my god. But getting back to Tim Meadows, Principal Duval is the name of his character, and he actually makes a subtle reference to Lean on Me.
Racism. When that Asian girl puts her hand up and she says, "Nigga, please." Racism.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean,
She
come
says
on.
it in a different language, so that's the reason why it flies.
But it's racist because they're implying that the Asians are the racist ones.
That's like Inception level racist.
It's Inception racism.
Inceptionism racism.
Well, yeah, because I
can't-
mean that none of the white people said that.
why has it got to be an Asian person?
Why has it got to be an Asian person?
But anyway, yeah, Principal Duval. There's a subtle
Explain yourself, Tina Fey.
man. Anyhow,
She's just trying to be funny.
she is a very funny lady.
She is,
But Principal Duval, when the girls,
and she's friggin' hot.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Tina Fey. Yeah.
Her husband definitely married up.
Oh yeah,
big time,
No,
and he knows it.
He
He's
damn,
okay with
he
it.
damn well better know it.
He's okay with
no,
it.
Tina Fey is. I don't care what you think about her politics or whatever. She's
gorgeous.
brilliant and hot. Mm-hmm. So
Agreed.
Go
Anyway,
on
so
with your coat.
Principal Duval, a subtle reference to Lean on Me when all the girls break out fighting.
Which
And
we haven't gotten there yet.
I know, but
Almost.
because what
Wait,
happened.
there's a Lean on Me reference?
Yeah.
If you'll let me finish the damn story.
I was trying. She
Yes.
was talking about something.
I'm sorry.
Because what happens is Regina frames Katie for having written the burn book, and that's when all hell really breaks loose, and all the girls discover, because Regina makes photocopies, and everybody finds out what the mean comments are in the burn book that the plastics
yes.
have written over the years.
But they
and all-
blame Regina, or they
They blame Katie.
Katie.
And
Why do they blame Katie?
Because Regina frames Katie for it.
How?
So
by taking the burn book to Principal Duval.
No, I get that.
why are you asking why?
But why does everybody think that these Xeroxed copies are from Katie?
Well, no. Katie's blame comes in later when she actually admits, "Oh, I'm the one who said that the math teacher was a drug dealer," because she did make a comment about when Tina Fey's pushing her to be on the math team. She goes, "I'm a pusher, Katie, and I'm going to push you to do this." And they take it out of context and say, "I'm a pusher. Oh, she must be dealing drugs." And so the teacher like gets under investigation from the cops, and it's actually really serious. But Katie does stand up and take the blame for that.
Is it serious?
A little.
There's that out of the movie though. That's a deleted scene of how she.
I was
gets
about to say, please
investigated.
tell me I didn't skip over that.
No,
right
she
now.
mentions it.
Yeah, but they have extra scene. It's deleted scene where the cops come in and actually raid her desk.
Oh no!
And they find drugs that Kevin G.
I was about to say,
Kenny G.
I was a bit of a Freudian slip.
How many things?
How much did you
Kevin-
say?
fucking
Kevin
hell.
was selling drugs, and the math teacher found out.
Oh,
Confiscated
them.
And then the burn book came out, and then she got investigated because
Oh,
of
man.
Katie got arrested.
Okay,
But that's a deleted scene.
well, the link that they put in the movie was the fact that it said that she's a pusher in the burn book, and Coach Carr was actually sleeping with one of the students.
Two of them.
And since that allegation turned out to be true, and Coach Carr is like fled the country or something.
Go Coach Carr. Because he's a horrible...
What is it with you and teachers sleeping
Well,
with
no,
kids?
I'm just saying. I mean,
God.
like that's who you sleep with is Coach Carr. If you're that guy and you get two hotties,
Gross.
he must
be a wildcat
Are you
in bed.
really good at yo-yo? I mean, what do you do that the girls go, oh my god?
Okay, and I have another one where they changed the line to keep the PG-13 rating.
Tell us.
It's the what they write in the book is that she made out with a hot dog.
Yes, I found that in my research. The girl who made out with a hot dog actually did a lot more than that, and that's where I'm gonna drop.
It's another M word that we're just gonna let. It slide.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let
You
that
can
roll.
figure that out.
Was it Frozen? I know hot dogs, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you know, there's a lot of pressure put on men. If that's the level it's got to get to.
We only have a few episodes so far, and I've covered my face twice. What does that tell you? My God. The fact that you're asking about the logistics.
I'm reminded of the book of Matthew when the Lord said, "Come on, help me out. I'm trying to."
Is this Old Testament? Because you can't be eating hot dogs.
Matthew?
Do you want me to segue
I'm
back
trying
into the movie?
I'm trying to make a kosher joke.
Oh, I heard a good one.
Of course you did.
Okay, no. Okay, so a priest, a rabbi, and a vicar walk into a bar.
I'm not going to stop you.
No, wait. No, it's not. And the bartender looks at him and goes, "What is this? Some kind of joke?" Come on. Go
Fantastic.
on. Move
All
it
right, so
on.
Anyway.
I moved it past the masturbation part. Come on.
This part of the movie is where all the girls actually break out from. Katie doesn't realize that she's not making this up in her head.
Yeah, she goes, wait a minute, this is really happening.
These
This
girls
isn't.
are actually fighting.
Yeah, and they're all going at it in the
Oh
hallway.
my God, it's a metaphor. It's all World War II. She's Stalin.
No. but
Jerry
that's-
Ryan
This
is
is where the
Hitler.
line comes
No.
up.
That's where, the line comes up. That's the
back.
reference to Lean on Me because Principal Duval
Oh yeah, we
yells
said that like 2 hours
20
ago.
minutes ago. Yeah. He shouts, I did not leave the South Side for this. And it's a reference to Lean on Me. So there you go.
One of my
Had to bring it full circle.
Look, so he's look. Here's Coach. Here's a coach separating the two Asian girls. That he's
We're gonna be
Coach
doing.
Carr, step away from the underage
Hey,
girls.
We're gonna be doing Police Academy in a few weeks.
Michael
Just
Winslow. Hang in there,
bear
guys.
with us
Uh,
until
well,
then.
It'd be a fun discussion, but you keep derailing us. Some people actually want to hear about this movie, believe it or not.
Well, you know, it has a
Which
certain
police- the first Police Academy?
you know, yes, and our Japanese audience, obviously, huge fans of this movie.
So in this part, they get all the girls into the auditorium, and then they're gonna have a kumbaya and
Trust falls.
Right. One of my favorite
A
parts
sexy
of
mea
this
culpa.
is that the principal is like, "I'm gonna keep you here all night till we
Band
figure this
name.
out.
We can't keep them past
We
4.
can't keep them past 4.
I will
I'm
keep
gonna
you till 4. That is a good moment.
Just the way that he sells it, and then Damien.
He's the
sneaks in.
same. Tim Meadows plays the exact same character in the Goldbergs, because that is literally a line I could hear him saying in the Goldbergs.
I will keep you till full.
Because he plays he's the principal in that show.
He's similar to Mike the mailman on Bob's Burgers too. He's very
yeah.
He's kind of a background character that nobody really considers until he has to
What,
step
you mean a
up.
billionaire who just delivers mail for the fun of it?
I have to wear my special shoes because my legs are uneven.
Waddles. No,
Wobbles. That's
it's
his
okay.
last name.
It's his middle name.
I thought it was his last name. Either way.
No, it's his middle name.
But yeah, so one of the ways that the movie differentiates from the self-help book that it's based on is the fact that the author claimed, "Oh, I don't do trust falls. I would never do a trust fall in one of my workshops." And I was like, was that really all that important? Of a distinction?
That's the hill you're gonna die on. Trust falls.
No, but she said that Tina Fey did a good job encapsulating the feel of the book, basically.
Of course she did, because she got a check for a lot of money. Yeah. At that point you go, Tina Fey did a great job. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've got a book. I wrote a book. If Tina Fey wants to adapt it, make a movie out of it, I'll say whatever the hell she wants me to say.
I'm not repeating this line.
Oh, the one that she just said?
Yep, I'm not repeating it.
So it's seriously not the kid from Stranger Things. That dude just looks exactly like him.
I don't know. I don't watch
You're
Stranger
talking about
Things.
Steve Harrington.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is I don't know.
Yes.
That plays with the hair.
The one guy in this
The
movie.
dude in the movie. The
Yes.
one
Aaron.
that Lindsay
But when you're
Lohan.
talking about in Stranger Things, you're talking about the older.
The
older
brother.
yeah.
Yeah. The one
he
who's
does. I give it
he
to you.
looks
He does.
exactly like
Not
that
Steve
dude.
Harrington.
Okay.
The other dude. I got it.
Hey, the first season of Stranger
Cool
Things.
story, Hansel.
Yes. Anyway, so
I can't believe I got you with that one. Anyhow.
I love how she asks if who's been personally victimized by Regina George.
The movie is still going.
Literally everyone.
How long is this movie?
It's nearly over.
Oh my God. It's like I saw Lawrence of Arabia was over sooner than this.
Titanic was a little bit longer
Yeah,
than this movie,
yeah.
just a little. But Principal Duvall does step up, and he does his best to talk to the girls in the school, but then one of them mentions
A period.
and he's like, I'm out. I'm going to get a woman to lead this whole kumbaya, as we called it. And he puts Tina Fey in charge. So, yeah, they basically talk everything out and try to solve their problems.
Damn, she's hot in a neck brace,
Regina George?
I mean,
yeah.
Rachel
Rachel McAdams is a gorgeous woman.
Oh, yeah, she is.
She's absolutely dropped
Wait, remind me, because I didn't pay attention. Which one's older? Lindsay Lohan?
Regina
or-
George, the blonde, the
Rachel
queen bee,
McAdams.
Rachel McAdams is the oldest one in the
By
crew.
how many years?
8.
8 years.
She's 8 years older than Lindsay Lohan.
Uh-huh.
8 years hotter.
But yeah, poor Tim Meadows and his little arm cast, which was real. Thank you, Michele, for that tidbit. But yeah, they do the kumbaya and really talk through all of their issues. And Regina does try to get out of it because she's like, "Oh, I'm a victim here, and I shouldn't have to take part in this." But at first, and that's where it does come back to the self-help book, because the teacher makes the girls realize, hey, calling each other bitch and skank just gives leeway for boys to do the same. So stop doing stuff like that. It seems pretty common sense, but it actually does root itself in self-esteem and not sacrificing your own self-worth to please others.
She gives Lindsay's
Yeah.
character
Yeah.
a chance
Totally.
to admit that she wrote
Bastard.
certain things in there about her in the book. And she
About
does
the
not
drug
admit
pushing,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Christ, I wish somebody was pushing drugs on me right now.
Hey, anyhow, so with all this to be said, I think we've come full circle, and we need to get around to
Phrasing
Alf
boom.
to Seinfeld.
Huh?
Alf to Seinfeld. You don't remember this from your first episode, or did we skip this on Halloweentown because you probably badgered and distracted us so much that we didn't get to it? Who knows?
Yeah, because I don't want to,
we did do
disrespect
this.
Alf.
Okay, so
We did.
to
We
refresh
did,
your memory,
but he said
Yeah.
that's why I remember, because he said I don't want to disrespect them.
Yeah, Alf has a certain level of, there's a modicum of respect
okay, for
that
anybody
Gordon Shumway is due.
I'm so freaking
I'm gonna mute
frustrated.
myself.
So to refresh your memory, Michelle, and for anybody who's new to the show, welcome, by the way. And I know you're not going to listen after this episode, but stick around.
Yeah, what the are you doing
God.
with your lives?
So Alf to Seinfeld. Alf seemed like a great show when we were kids. It was so funny and it was so genius, and then you grow up and you realize that it's an absolute dumpster fire of a program. Seinfeld does the exact opposite. It bores you to tears when you're a kid, but then you realize the genius of it when you grow up.
Right.
So, if this movie, when you saw it back in 2004, if this movie gets a perfect score, that's a 5, because that means it's just as good now as it was then. So, Michelle, where would you rate Mean Girls on Alf to Seinfeld?
And think about it.
We can go around,
Yeah.
and you can think about it for a minute if you want to.
Because remember, it's not the Alf to Seinfeld scale is not a scale of how much do I love this movie.
No, it's whether it improved
Yeah.
or whether it
Because
got worse.
if you loved it when you were a kid and you love it now, it's right in the middle. It's a 5.
It's probably a 4.
You like it
it got
less?
worse?
Oh,
No, it got
like it
better.
less?
Like I quote it more now.
well, that's a 6.
Yeah, I was about to say, then that would...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because
Yeah.
I
Seinfeld is
didn't
the
know.
perfect 10, Alf is the 0.
Oh, I thought it was 1 through
Yes.
5. My bad.
No. 5 is the perfect score in the middle if nothing changed. Like, if you
No,
appreciate
it's-
it to the same
It's
level.
probably like
then-
a 6 or a 7. Probably
Okay.
like 6.5.
And why is that?
Is I quote it more now than I did back when it first came out. Like
Okay.
it's more relatable. I think and more people know about it. More people understand the references,
Okay.
and it's just that much more enjoyable because people understand what you're talking about.
I gotcha.
For me, anyway.
It's tough because I never really paid much attention to it before.
Were you trying to sleep with whoever you took to the theater to see it at the time?
Yeah, I mean, going to see this movie was really
That's the
about
root of every
like,
story of his. God.
yeah. Would you like to go see this movie then have sex? What movie is it? I don't know.
I'm
It's
just-
Titanic. Titanic.
Poor
It's a
Jason.
long movie. I have permanent shoulder damage
From having your arm around
from
the girl
having my arm. Yeah,
for 3
row
hours.
1,
Oh,
Christmas Day, row 1.
Ooh, that would suck.
Yeah, on a date with her, Bridget. If you know who
You know who you
like
are.
this. You
Hey,
know,
girl, hey. This is why you're not together anymore, Bridget. This right here.
Yeah.
So, Mean Girls, where does it fall on Alf to Seinfeld for you, Jason?
It would have to go higher.
Scale us like one of your French girls. You're welcome.
That's off. I doff the proverbial.
Well, thank you.
I would say it's got to be fairly high because I never gave 2 shits about it
Okay.
before.
Fair enough.
But actually sitting and watching it, and I never watched it before thinking, well, this was Tina Fey's first screenwriting debut.
Right.
Watching it now, thinking, okay, well, I'm going to watch it from that perspective. This
Okay.
was, it's the first movie that Tina Fey wrote,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very good.
Oh, it's incredible, yeah.
No, it's very good. I mean, she did a just fantastic job with the script. Everyone, I'm surprised by how good Lindsay Lohan was.
No, she was a talented actress.
She was very, very good.
Before she went off the deep end, yes.
And that's the thing. It's very disappointing to think that
Oh, yeah.
if this movie had come out in 1967, Lindsay Lohan would have gone on to be sort of a, she would have starred in movies with people who we regard today as very good actors.
Absolutely.
She would be an Anne Margaret.
Okay.
I could see if this movie had come out in 1960, what year did it come out?
2004.
Okay, so 1964. I could see her being in the Cincinnati Kid with oh shit,
I can't think of the name either. Maybe Michelle wants
Great
to look it up
Escape.
first. Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
You
Thank
couldn't remember Steve McQueen's name.
And I'd like to thank White Claw.
There's no laws. when
Yeah.
around White
Erasing
Claws.
that name from
No,
your memory.
but I can see her being. She would literally have been an Anne Margaret. She was a talented
kind of a
actress.
Jacqueline Bisset sort of type.
Yeah, she was very talented.
I mean,
It's
I
very
think you
disappointing
give her
where
a
she
lot of
went.
credit.
You know,
honestly, I don't think she's that great.
you don't think she was that good in this, and that's fair. That's totally
Because
fair.
she's young. She's 18, so she was just left this world as a girl living in high school. I feel like
it could have been her real but it wasn't
just
her
being herself.
But it wasn't
Yeah.
her life though. She and Macaulay Culkin do kind of share that messed up childhood where their parents were manipulating them and trying to get their money, and because
Right, yeah.
Lindsay Lohan's
You're right.
mom is a nightmare.
Oh
So,
my God, you're right,
So
yeah.
maybe she wasn't really living this typical girl world and whatever, but she does a really good job of making you believe it. So I don't know that she had a typical childhood because look how messed up she is now.
I don't.
true.
I literally don't know anything about Lindsay Lohan's.
Think Macaulay Culkin as. That's why I brought him up. As
That
for
okay? I know enough
purposes.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because her mom is kind of a money grubbing,
Yeah.
self-involved person too. So from everything that we've read, and Lindsay's apparently had to kind of separate herself from her mom at times for that reason. But she definitely didn't have a typical upbringing. I would say that.
I think all things said, going from I don't give a shit about this movie, I have no desire to see it. It's got hot chicks in it, and that's cool. But frankly, there's a lot of movies with
hot chicks.
with hot chicks in it.
They're not scarce.
No, but sitting and watching it and thinking, okay, look at the screenplay.
Actually, listening to the dialogue.
Yeah, listen to the dialogue, how it was written, how it was. I don't even know who directed this movie.
I do.
Do you?
I do. It's
Or-
in my
or
research.
do you have it
Mark
written-
Waters.
Okay, who directed?
So suck it. I can't tell you what other projects. he
Okay,
did.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I just knew you just asked me who the director was.
Well, okay,
It's
yeah.
Mark Waters.
But that's the thing. It's like I've never looked at it as a film.
Okay.
It was like, Mean Girls, some stupid, but it is actually it's an intelligent movie.
It is.
It's not like 10 Things I Hate About You, which I don't hate.
Right.
But 10 Things is cribbing so much off Shakespeare.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, it's a 3-act.
It's sourced from something different.
Yeah,
and
it's an
comes off-
original.
yeah.
It's original.
It has a fresher look. Yeah, exactly.
I know it's
No,
based on a
it-
book, but I really doubt the book had anything to
It's
do
not
with.
self-help style like the book
Yeah,
is.
the book
so
had- yeah.
It's a fresh take on the concept. Yeah.
It didn't win any awards. Like, I think Rachel was nominated for something.
I have no idea.
No, you're not
But
gonna
it
win
went-
anything off
For
this.
Mean Girls,
but
no.
they turned it into a musical.
Well, there was a
Yes, it is a
sequel.
Broadway.
There
Tina
was a
Fey
sequel.
and her husband,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the third person right now, but
It
they
won
actually wrote it. Yeah.
12 Tony Awards.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been wildly
Well,
successful.
isn't
Yeah.
there is a TV
Tony
movie
nominations,
sequel?
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is a sequel.
There's a Mean Girls too.
And
But
I
it's
think-
not Tina Fey.
No,
It's not.
of course
It's not really any of them. I think maybe one of the plastics came back, if memory serves, but I couldn't even tell you
It's
which
a whole
one.
new group of people.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, it wasn't
Kind of
Jerry.
like- kind of like 10
Jerry
Things.
Adams was on Star Trek Voyager by that point, so she wouldn't have been back.
Well, kind of like 10 Things because they did do a TV continuation of it, and
Yeah.
Larry Miller was the only one who joined in for that. But
I would give it a solid 8.
wow,
No, I would, because
given how harshly you've dug your heels in this entire
look,
episode,
going from I don't give a shit to I can recognize the quality,
sure, it's a big leap.
and actually watching Lindsay Lohan and going, hey, who is this? If this was 2004 today, and I sat in the theater and I watched this, I would go, she's got a great future.
Yeah,
She's going to be, yeah. I
She
want
definitely
to
does.
see movies
I
with
can't
her.
remember what she does after this.
Who the
Because
hell
I
knows?
mean, she probably made enough money to buy that club in Greece with just mad Mean Girls money.
well, because she started acting.
I don't know if she did.
Well, because her big.
I
break
doubt she
wasn't-
got anything on the back end.
Well, because her first big movie was the remake of The Parent Trap
Yes,
when she was about 12
with
with Dennis Quaid,
yeah. Who was her mom though?
Natasha Richardson.
Yes.
Yes. So, okay, in that sense, yeah, because I think this is when Lindsay Lohan started to go off the rails. This was her last really big thing that she
We're the
did.
same age as Lindsay. She's 33 right now.
Oh, I'm a little bit younger than.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Sorry. I aged
But
myself. I
on
guess.
Alf to Seinfeld, for me, I would have to go higher like you, Jason, because it's not that I didn't care about this movie when it came out. I did, but I didn't really appreciate who Tina Fey was yet
Right,
because
yeah.
I knew her.
Yeah.
I knew who she was, but like you said, this was the first big thing that she wrote, and I didn't realize just how brilliant and talented
Yeah,
Tina Fey is.
it's like Tina Fey's audition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she came out of the starting gate really, really strong. So
Yeah.
there's that aspect of it. And believe it or not, this movie factored into a college paper of mine because our professor looked at us
College.
in critical theory. Our professor asked us to think about something that still affects our lives today and to write a paper about it. And I chose labels. And we go back to 10 Things and Mean Girls because they have those classic scenes of, oh, let's show them around the cafeteria. These are the sexually active band geeks. These are the hot Asian kids. These are the nerds. Like this, they label everyone. And you think that those kinds of labels are going to slough off at the end of high school.
This is after Lindsay started released her album after
Oh, no.
that song Rumors.
Before Sarah Lynn really went wild.
Yeah.
And then she did
My prickly.
Don't do
Sorry,
it.
sorry.
Herbie
no.
Fully Loaded in 2005.
Oh, Herbie Fully
right.
Loaded.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Me
Yes.
too. I think everyone did.
And then
Yeah.
she was in Ugly Betty. She was in That 70s Show. She was in
Oh, yeah, she was on that
Two
70s
Girls.
show.
She was in
She
Glee.
was?
Very briefly.
She was in Machete. So
But-
she has celebrities
Yeah.
that come out and like buy out like villas and like spend
Yeah.
like $10,000, $20,000.
Oh, I would drop 10 grand.
When you hear her speak, she even developed somehow this fake accent when she was in New York and
Like
she ran
Madonna?
into
Like Madonna.
No, she has
Yeah.
a case of the Madonnas. But yeah, she ran into a Middle Eastern family, I want to say in New York City, and she
can
tried.
just say New York.
She was all drugged up on something, and she tried to take them.
No.
She tried to take them somewhere safe. She was like, "No, I help you, and she like affected a different accent until the mom like hit her over the head and was like, "Stop trying to take my children
making
away
this
from me."
up.
No, I'm dead serious.
This is not real.
Check it out in the show notes. No, she has gone. There's something wrong with her now. Like she doesn't function on the same level that she used to. There's a
Lindsay,
lack of
She's
clarity there.
literally
Lindsay.
broken. Like her father did huge damage to her psyche
Mm-hmm.
when
Lindsay.
she was growing up.
We here at this show.
We support you.
No, seriously.
We do.
You call us. You come hang out with us. It's going to be all positive.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
White Claws for
positive.
days.
White Claws. She won't even be able to taste it. Like
that's true.
White Claws just.
Well, it's kind of
weak
like
sauce.
Dean Martin in Rio Bravo, where he's like a horrible alcoholic, and they're just like, "Well, give him beer,"
Because it was in the show she talks about in the show on MTV. I think it was on.
I have no
for
idea.
her
I never
club.
saw it.
She
but I know
talks
what you're
about
talking
she
about.
bought the beach that she was sexually harassed on.
Really,
She was sexually harassed in Greece.
Oh God.
And
and she bought that to own it.
To own it, and it made it her own, and she changed her perspective of that beach.
You know what? Fair play.
Yep.
Seriously,
Like, I
that's
literally
actually
cried
that
when
that
she
that
heard that.
that is
Wow.
that's a pretty badass move.
Yeah.
That is.
Her mom was against it. Her mom didn't want her to do it, but she was like, "No, I'm doing this. I'm
See, I
making
think
it."
that's the thing. I think Lindsay Lohan, unfortunately, because of society, because of the industry, it's like she's stuck. Everyone expects her to be in this particular phase in her life.
Well, she's in Charlie Sheen land.
Right,
Like,
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to her.
It's
I
not.
can't believe it. Here we are. Look,
Defending her.
I'll defend her.
I was the one who brought it up. Macaulay
Yeah.
Culkin S. They both had really rough childhoods.
Yeah.
So
They had
did,
shitty childhoods.
yeah,
Terrible
like,
childhoods.
so did Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like every single one. Like
Corey Feldman.
oh,
Yes.
poor Corey. Yeah, like you can trace a lot of things back to
Yeah.
their childhoods.
Yes.
Look
I
at the
know.
ratio alone. We've mentioned this before on the show that there are very few successful,
Child actors.
normal child actors who stayed in the business and somehow didn't go off the rails. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is, I think, the godfather example of this.
Oh, yeah.
Leo DiCaprio was a child actor. He's a little strange, but he's still
Christian
functioning
Bale.
normally and very successful. Yeah, Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale.
From what I hear, he's a terror on set.
Yeah,
Well, he is.
He's kind of intense, but
He
I don't.
is.
It's not because he's on drugs or
Well,
anything.
I
Yeah.
think they're you have to go. Well, is it because he's an asshole?
I just think it's because
I think he's
just a dick.
he's an asshole.
Because I think it's almost Alf to Seinfeld-esque in the sense that you've got like
Yes.
your Lindsays and your Macaulays on the south, on the Alf side. You have Joseph Gordon-Levitt dead in the middle, and then he's a good example. So he's the
he's a
Seinfeld,
10.
and then in the middle you have Joaquin Phoenix. Poor guy. because he's still acting and making movies, but he's doing it in a very odd way.
I would say on the Seinfeld side, you'd have to have Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney started as a child star.
That's true.
But Mickey
I
Rooney
would not have brought him
But
into
Mickey
that.
Rooney he just became a movie star.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was just, it was Mickey Rooney, you know?
But he's still a little bit off, too. Like, I don't know. I think
Is he?
Isn't he?
No, Mickey Rooney, I mean, he was just straight up, just,
Who knows?
you know.
I don't know.
He was
Agreed to disagree.
old Hollywood.
It's a subjective scale,
yeah.
just like it always has been.
Yeah.
So, to get back to my grade for the movie, I'll agree with you, Jason, and I'll put this movie at an 8 because I appreciated it for as much of what I could back in 2004 because I was pretty green at the time. I would have been mid-teens when it came out.
Yeah, I was 25. I was watching this for totally different reasons.
Oh, God.
Mickey Rooney did 341 movies.
No shit.
My
Yeah,
God.
exactly. Yeah.
He and Steve Buscemi.
He was in he was in the first Muppet movie, the remake.
Okay.
Yeah. He had but think about that. A guy who was in movies as a child in the 20s.
The Misery Brothers Christmas. He was in that one. He voiced one of the characters in there.
I've not seen
Santa
that.
Claus.
I'm not seeing
No,
it.
Mickey Rooney was, he was a king.
He's
No,
ubiquitous.
Yeah.
You're talking about, you really don't know that with the the heat miser?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know the actual title of it. I knew it's
He
one of those
was-
claymation Christmas
Yeah,
specials.
the Misery Brothers. He was Santa Claus.
Okay, cool. I did not know that was Mickey Rooney. So interesting side note. But yeah, so I'm also going to give it an 8 to
Yeah.
Mean Girls, Jason. I've got to agree with you that it definitely improved with age.
Yeah, I think that's
You
perfectly
go, Mean
fair.
Girls.
Like Coco.
And none
Well-
for Gretchen Wieners. Bye.
Bye.
We have gone a bit long in our last segment, so
We've gone Lohan style
We
off
do
the
need to
rails.
wrap it up. We've got a lot of stuff coming up.
We do.
And
We're brewing up all sorts of special things
yeah.
for you.
And we mentioned this before, and we're going to say it again. And if you've heard it before, just bear with us. Please subscribe to this channel. If you like us, if you want us to keep making these shows, please subscribe.
If you want to keep these fluorescent lights on,
Yes.
help us.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Press the button.
Yeah. We're not going to get into it. It's not it's not something you don't know. It's YouTube. It's how the system works. Subscribe, click the button, get notifications, like the videos, all that sort of thing.
Please.
And, we're not going to go any longer, I think, because I think we've said
I think we've
about
pretty much wrapped
everything
it up,
there is
yeah.
to say about Mean Girls.
Yeah.
We thank you, as always, for spending your time with us, whether it's your daytime, your nighttime, your drive time, or whatever time you've spent it with us, and we appreciate that. We love the fact that we have got people out there listening to us and now watching us, and we thank you. And I want to say thank you very much to our guest for
think
coming back.
We gave her less of an emotional beating this time, so
Yes.
that was cool.
Well, because it was a movie we gave an 8 to. As opposed to
That was very big of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
a 1 or
Yeah.
a 2.
Well done. Well
It's
done,
like going,
old chap.
from Halloweentown to Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet. I mean,
I mean, it's no Ben-Hur,
Yeah.
but it's up there.
I have
Yeah.
a few more up my sleeve you might
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure to take a picture of the special present you have coming Jason's
Yes.
way. I can't wait. So,
and at some point in the future, we will watch a Vietnamese action movie.
No, we won't. I won't be here.
you'll have a real guy's reason to wear pink.
Yes,
Ugh.
yes.
Good for you.
But
Sorry, Darth. You're gonna have to
but thank you all very much. Thank you.
I'm done work.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're tuning in on the podcast, and I don't have anything else, so
Yes, thank you, Michelle, for appearing. Once
Thank you
again,
for
you
having
can
me.
find us on all the social mediums. Just look for Hindsight is Horrifying. We post crazy stuff, so tune in. And we appreciate you all keeping with us. This has been Hindsight, and good night.